The redistricting battle heating up this weekend as Texas Democrats once again missed roll call on Friday. The state's House Speaker says he and other state officials are working to make civil arrest warrants enforceable in Illinois, where many of these members still remain. Here with the read on this fight, as more states weigh their own gerrymandering plans, Fox News political analyst and author of The Day My Brother Was Murdered, Gianno Caldwell, and Democratic strategist Julian Epstein. Thank you both for being here. I want to first play a soundbite from Vice President J.D. Vance, who had an interview with Maria Bartiromo on Mornings with Maria, on Mornings with Maria. Let's play this.
If California has crazy gerrymanders, Illinois has crazy gerrymanders, New York has crazy gerrymanders, what it does is it actually suppresses the will of the people in states like Indiana. And the other thing that we talked about, and I didn't even realize this, Maria, until a couple of years ago, that for apportioning representatives, you actually count illegal aliens. That's ridiculously unfair, and the only real way to fight back against it is for us to redistrict in some ways as aggressively as these hard blue states have done.
Okay, so you have the vice president there on Sunday Morning Futures. That rest of the interview will air tomorrow. Gianno, what do you make of the vice president here justifying this move of changing the redistricting map in Texas, as saying that ultimately we have to do this? This is, that this is ultimately that it's all ridiculously unfair the way these maps have been gerrymandered for years now. Gianno, I'll start with you.
100%. He's 100% accurate. And as you know, we just completed a census not long ago where there were people counted that shouldn't have been counted. So I appreciate the move they're making. And, when I think about the fact that the Democrats in the state of Texas have went over to Illinois, my home state, which I've been in politics since I was 14 years old, it is laughable that they're going there as a place of solace when Illinois is the gerrymandering capital of the country. I'm reminded of a piece put out by Rhonda Belford in the Chicago Tribune this week, where she rightly acknowledged, and this is the Republican National Committee woman for Illinois, she rightfully acknowledged that they did a task in 2021 where they really locked the Republicans out, providing 14 seats to the Democrats, 3 for the Republicans. Meanwhile, when we look at the pure numbers, we have Trump won more of Illinois. Princeton gave them an F for this gerrymandering they did in Illinois.
That's right. So, Julian, I wanted to ask you about this on the issue of messaging. You've got Democrats who are saying that this is a blatant power grab by the president. And now you have Democrats, though, the governors who are really running with this, Newsom and Hochul and Pritzker in Illinois, California, and New York. Do you think Democrats are going to win on this messaging fight here, that they're the ones that have the moral authority here on this fight?
No, I think they don't have the moral authority, and there's a lot of pearl clutching going on. But I think, as Gianno just pointed out and the vice president pointed out, the Democrats don't have clean hands here. You look at states like Massachusetts, New Jersey, Gianno's home state, Illinois, California, and Democrats have effectively gerrymandered Republicans out of existence. I think in Texas, the writing's on the wall here. I think the runaways will come home on their own volition. If they don't, there are many ways to compel. So I think these 5 seats are gone. But let me tell you why I think, real quickly, why this winner-takes-all mentality and approach is not good for the country. If you have a state like New Jersey, where Trump has registered as high as 47%, and you have a winner-takes-all, where the Democrats get all the congressional seats, that begins to make the Republican voters in that state feel very disaffected and alienated from the process, which isn't good. Whether it's a red state or a blue state, it isn't good. So this race to the bottom, which I think we're seeing, and again, the Democrats don't have the moral high ground here. They don't have clean hands. But the race to the bottom, I think, is ultimately destructive to the unity and sort of the cohesion that we need to see more of in this country.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal out with a piece today that says that less than 20% of Americans live in a state where the minority party has a meaningful voice in governance. It's a piece that people should read. I want to talk to you guys lastly about this topic. As this battle is playing out, President Trump is also calling for a new census that excludes illegal immigrants. Now, of course, the census impacts the number of congressional seats in a given district, and Pew Research from 2020 said California, Texas, and Florida would each lose a seat if illegal migrants were excluded. Gianno, are you on board with this plan? And Julian, I'll also ask you the same question. Gianno, start with you.
100%. Even in Florida, where I live now, certainly loses a seat, I think it's for the betterment of the country because we're now counting Americans only. So we got to be very clear about that. In the state of Florida, we have over 1 million Republicans more than Democrats. Those numbers have been shown in this past most recent election. So I'm absolutely okay with it if that means that we're going to have fairness across the country.
And Julian.
Well, it's up for grabs in the courts because we don't have much guidance from the courts on this issue. But as a policy matter, I tend to agree with Gianno here. There's two reasons. One is if you reward congressional seats and federal spending on the basis of illegal migration, partially on the basis of illegal migration, then you set up a magnet for illegal migration, which is a bad idea. But secondly, it's the idea of democracy. Democracy depends on trust between voters, trust that people share the same values, the constitutional order, the basic values of what it is to be an American. If you've got 12 million people coming through the border and you don't know whether many of them share basic American values, then you begin to rip apart the fabric of democracy. And so using this a system where you essentially reward illegal migration, I think starts to undermine democracy. So I think as a policy matter, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you just mentioned in 2020, President Trump tried to do this, through a memo, and it was defeated in the courts. So we'll see. The illegal battle's definitely coming down the road. Julian Epstein and Gianno Caldwell, thank you so much for being with us today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.